Phytoplankton are photosynthetic microalgae and account for about half of the global primary productivity. They are located at the base of many food webs. These organisms require inorganic nutrients such as nitrates, phosphates, and sulfur to grow. They are very diverse, and some well-known groups are cyanobacteria, diatoms, dinoflagellates, and coccolithophores. Because phytoplankton are at the base of food webs, they are consumed by the next trophic level, which are zooplankton. Zooplankton are free-floating animals whose movements are largely determined by water. Thus, they are at the mercy of water currents. There are two groups of zooplankton: holoplankton, which stay as permanent members of the plankton stage, and meroplankton such as sea stars and most fish, which are temporary members of the plankton stage. These zooplankton are still near the base of the food web and will be consumed by our higher trophic level made up of filter feeders.
Filter feeders are animals that feed on particles and small organisms, such as phytoplankton and zooplankton, which are usually at the second level of the food chain. An example of a filter feeder is a bivalve mollusk or maybe a sea squirt. Predators are any animal that naturally prey upon other animals. Bluefin tuna are one such predator that feed upon smaller fish. Top predators prey upon the previously mentioned predators, and are thus at the highest trophic level within the food web. Some top predators include sharks and killer whales. They are able to exert top-down control, meaning that they control the populations of other species below their trophic levels. Conversely, bottom-up control refers to the control of population dynamics through the nutrient supply and other elements of the ecosystem.
Small changes can have big impacts. Changes in a marine food web or the map of all trophic interactions can lead to cascading effects on the stability and appearance of the community. On the local level, human impacts due to activities like overfishing, pollution, and unintentional introduced species from migration and commerce can negatively affect species diversity. Ocean acidification, or the phenomenon where excessive atmospheric carbon dioxide uptake lowers pH levels in the water, can also lead to shakeups in the interactions among species. Differences in species sensitivities to temperature and pH can alter carbon cycling and subsequent changes in nutrient distribution within the water column. These altercations can lead to global impacts through natural processes that accentuate change. Thermohaline circulation, which drives ocean circulation through surface heat and freshwater fluxes, can establish a negative feedback loop, which can cause wholesale shifts in ecosystem composition, structure, and function. Thus, small players in our ecosystem like the phytoplankton and photosynthetic microalgae discussed earlier can be severely impacted by changes in ocean chemistry and physiology. A lack of habitat quality will ultimately affect the relationships between the smallest members of the marine ecosystem and the top predators and consumers within the community.